some more reactions that I record. TommyNFG, people who changed the internet landscape. Let's see what he got to say. Who you gonna give credit? What the? Yo, blame me, yo. My shit always.
January 1st, 1983. This day is considered the birthday of the internet being created, and man, have we come a long way. From the first websites being developed with the most basic of coding to now, well, this. There's a lot of people that have changed the internet in their own unique ways throughout the years, so let's go. PewDiePie. PewDiePie gotta be put on the Mount Rushmore for social media in the future. I'm sorry, but there's nothing people can bring up on my childhood goat that would ever make me discount his impact. Even a bridge. PewDiePie really paved the way for people to make bread by uploading videos of them doing it. And just make bread in general by posting on YouTube. Like every kid remembers their parents growing up saying, what is playing games all day ever going to get you?
Facts.
It's not like you can make money from it.
Facts.
Well, not anymore. Your average family-friendly gaming YouTuber is out here driving Ferraris and buying mansions off it. Streamers nowadays are becoming millionaires over it, and it's all
What
thanks
the
to
hell?
this guy. I don't think you knew kiddies even understand how big he was.
That nigga got the. That nigga blowing me with the shit. Wipe that shit, gang. His skin clearing up. Shout out Tommy.
He was uploading every day and getting millions of views on each upload at his peak. I remember for the longest time, everybody was trying to figure out how much he actually makes considering he was the biggest YouTuber. I'm talking calculations, Harvard's smartest professors on the case, but no one ever knew. Like, if you were a kid growing up in the 2010s, then there was probably a chance you tried to be a gaming YouTuber, and that was probably because PewDiePie. And if it wasn't because of PewDiePie, then it was probably from one of his predecessors. Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Corey X Kenshin, Vanos Gaming, Dan TDM. He's damn near the Kira Toriyama of the gaming content industry. I remember when I was younger, even the girls in my class would be watching his videos. You know PewDiePie was big when South Park, out of all things, made a whole...
Why they do Corey like that? He ain't posting 9 months.
They've ever done it for. You know you've made it when you're on South Park. And even when he completely 180'd his content and started doing commentary, he only became bigger. It feels unreal to me when I see now that he's the 10th most subscribed YouTuber. Like, how do we let this happen?
What?
You know what? I don't care. He'll always be the first to me. He'll always be allowed to call me the word on any bridge. Ninja. Prime Ninja had a crazy run on the gaming industry. This man had 100K viewers every stream.
The last time Corey posted? 9 months ago? Or are you saying something else?
Ancient nowadays. Like when y'all Fortnite started doing this,
I thought he had the most subs.
What the f
he did for a bit.
Ninja's impact
but T-Series passed him up. I know T-Series did pass him up.
Twitch for the first time. In fact, for some people, it was their first time even hearing about live streaming. I would have never even considered watching a live stream on Twitch before Ninja and all the Fortnite pros.
Nah, Solo like, not even the reason why I downloaded Twitch.
Free stock for their company the way he
the
put
fuck
on
is
their
T-Series?
My man
it's like an Indian production company.
On talk shows.
They make shows and shit, I think. Or music videos.
What happened on 2018 New Year's Eve? He was also the first one to turn streaming money into sports money when he got that 30 million Mixer contract. Even though it did lead to his career downfall, I mean, 30 milliroonies in my bank account? I'm signing to any platform. Rumble, Facebook,
Surprised I've never watched this nigga.
Just bring me the pen. And everyone remembers
I didn't really watch Ninja either.
Ninja was before he became more corporate. I would be watching his Fortnite clips every
I don't think I watched
day,
any Fortnite YouTuber for real.
On stream. And since we're talking about streaming, we might as well throw Aiden Ross in here too. No matter what your opinion on Aiden is and how you feel about his antics, he's had a crazy impact on the streaming game. I gotta admit, I actually started frequently watching streamers after Aiden's come up and seeing clips of him on TikTok. He normalized it more for rappers and celebrities to look into streaming and not just treat it as some nerdy. And even though
we know who the first nigga was though, Bruce was the first nigga to bring rappers on stream. Come on, let's be real.
I also didn't know how much money was really in the streaming game before him. It got leaked 2 years ago that he was getting paid $1 million a week for his gambling deal, which means he was making $4 million a month off it. Those numbers are absolutely disgusting. I don't know where these gambling companies spawn this money from.
Give me my money.
Well, actually I do. But man, how much could your company be making to just pay one of your sponsorees this? And this is before his whole kick move and him streaming on there, so I can only imagine the amount now. I see these amounts in a damn.
For the longest, I thought this nigga was
commentary videos.
was
like,
taste.
why am I even here for?
Her brother.
You're lucky I'm broken.
Who the
Stuck
fuck
here
is
for
that?
the next decades of my life. I'll probably be on my deathbed editing my last video. Belle Delphine.
Oh my god.
I didn't say their impact had to be positive. I said they just had to have an impact. I don't know why, but I think Belle Delphine selling her bathwater was the correlation of the downfall of society we've been feeling since the 2020s. She really left a crater on the internet, then left to never be seen again. I swear, I was not seeing all these OnlyFans hoes on the internet until her. That's why I put in her here, really. She's like the subject zero for all e-girls in that whole style. I didn't even know that category of women exist out there.
What are you talking about, man?
And I don't know.
Oh, you say him or the other guy? You talking about Corey?
Your rent money on them gives me the creeps.
But you was talking about Daquan because they showed Ninja next to Daquan.
Bro, which dudes are seeing this and getting absolutely ferocious over it? Creepy. I feel like every year I hear an OnlyFans girl sound like something more deplorable than the last one. First, it started with Belle Delphine and her bathwater. Then you got the girl who sells her farts in a jar. A girl who sells her breast milk in a jar. Put the dudes on the FBI list who buy this. Girl who sells her pee in a jar. And before y'all question on why I even know these people, it's an article, okay? Sometimes I have to research
I got into Corey like 20.
You're welcome.
I forgot.
I already know
like
people are not going to believe me. As proof, I'm putting the article in the description. Nowadays, I'm not even surprised when I see an OnlyFans girl selling some weird shit anymore. Soon enough, they'll start selling their skin follicles and toenails and leftover food for dudes. Andrew Tate. Some say he fell off. Others say 2018. He's still here. All we know is that
Dashy XP put me on Corey Kenshin.
When Andrew Tate was blowing up, I feel like it made a rupture in the social media universe sky. It's like everyone stopped what they were doing on the internet to see what this dude got going on. And it was a pretty.
I didn't give a fuck about this bald nigga on my timeline.
I'm fighting online 24/7. You have people who absolutely hated Tate to his core no matter what he did, and then you had dudes who derided him no matter what he said. I wasn't really seeing any of these alpha and red pill podcasts and YouTubers before him. Hold up, why the is YP in the mirror here? Oh, they must have really fell off. This man had deriders so hard they made careers by just copying his style. Like Sneeko. The only time I see news on him now is if he's getting publicly embarrassed. And all the constant arrests and cases just boosted him even more. Because you know, as soon as Andrew Tate gets arrested, the riders run straight to the comments to say it's the Matrix. I think after the court case was in session and they started, they chilled out with saying all the wild stuff, and that's why they fell off. But let's be real, the actual reason is nobody's watching you on Rumble, my. You also had them being banned damn near everywhere, which I thought was unneeded for, like, was it ever that deep? Apparently the government in the UK even banned him from schools, which, how the f does that even work? Like, can the kids not say his name? They had this nigga feel like he was the next coming of, so yeah, we can definitely say that Andrew Tate has left his own crater on the internet. KSI. The main reason I'm putting KSI here is because of boxing. This man jump-started the whole influencer boxing.
I ain't gonna lie, KSI was like one of the first black YouTubers I watched.
Before. Like, if you told me in 2017 that Jake Paul, the white Ohio boy from Team 10, would fight Mike Tyson in the future, I would die laughing on the spot. It also still feels weird to me nowadays that KSI and Logan Paul are partners because they used to be sworn enemies. And I was hyped as f when they were about to fight. If you were watching at the time, the build-up to this fight was nuts. It was so funny to watch the press conferences unravel because there would always end up being a random brawl out of nowhere. Someone was throwing a random chair, a random water bottle across the stage, and the hype was super up too because
this shit was fire, bruh.
Seen as an absolute monster by everyone on social media. And he
run for his money. Nah, KSI cranium recovery,
but then he slipped up, but then he apologized.
He's swelling up.
I don't even know how people view him now. Okay, all you need to know is that this was right after the Japan Force incident, so no one liked him. And in the first fight, they ended up getting a draw, so they planned another fight right after, which made it even more hyped on who was gonna win. And Jake Paul and Deji also fought, which was just hilarious to see. Going from fighting Comedy Schwartz Gamer to Mike Tyson in a few years doesn't sit right with me. That's one hell of a path change. And before all this, there was no way actual professional athletes would even give a chance to a YouTuber to fight them. And now it's common to see with Jake Paul going in your local neighborhood to find a grandpa and knock him out in the ring. Nowadays, influencer
that's all he do is fight old
niggas.
So
like the only time you really see something is when a huge influencer is fighting. And other than that, it'll just be a bunch of
he loses. If he loses, he loses.
To make some bread. And when my inevitable fall off,
he's fighting a 52-year-old or some shit.
No, this is the last thing I'm ever doing in my life. I screech when food touches my other food on the plate. I'm not built for this. Mr. Beast. Now this should be the most
Mr.
obvious
Beast.
one
Nah,
because
Mr. Beast
it's
crazy. 58.
Mr.
Damn.
Beast. Man started giving absorbent amounts of money to random people, which wasn't unheard of, but he definitely took it to the next level. And it was a double-edged
Nigga's a
sword.
billionaire.
The amount
Or
of Mr.
practically
Beast
that
clones is
such.
still multiplying to this day. I swear, a person starting YouTube for the first time nowadays is always gonna be a Mr. Beast clone. It's funny seeing Mr. Beast
True.
grow too, because I remember when Mr. Beast used to bully kids on YouTube. And y'all might think I'm capping, but nah, Jimmy Donaldson had that dog in him at one point. And I'm not gonna lie, I found him at that time and oh boy did he make a career change.
Oh, phew, okay. For a second there, I thought that bleach I'd been drinking was starting to kick in, but no, apparently it wasn't the bleach. Apparently the kids just...
I think I first heard of Mr. Beast when he was donating to streamers.
Twitter, Instagram, and
So.
TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
That nigga needs a chastity, but shout out Tommy, bro. Great video.